City Tottenham. What's City doing? It looks
Ooh.
like Pep Guardiola kind of gave up. I don't know what's the project.
Looks
What's
like they
the
all gave
plan?
up.
What's the plan? But looking at the whole team, though, it's very, very interesting. The team is so new to me.
Yep.
Everybody's, Al Nouri, Mamouche, Rangers, Diaz, Stones, Shake. Well, Stones has been there, but the team, I feel like there's no cohesion.
Yeah.
There's no
My
chemistry.
my wife is actually a Manchester City fan, and it drives me nuts. And she keeps up pretty well with stuff. She might not be on top of all the transfers, but she watches a lot of the games.
Yeah.
And so we were out with friends and couldn't sit and watch the real games. We watched the highlight package together, and she looks at the lineup and goes, I recognize like 4 of those guys. What is this? This is crazy. And some of that stuff's like Ederson is out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the amount of transfers that have come in to essentially alter and reshape and redefine the identity of the squad. It's not that, everybody's hurt and this is what they have to field. This is by design. This is the overhaul. This is the new system. But I'm not seeing a system. You know what I mean? Like I see new people, but the
There's no
ideas
system
behind
right
it is
there.
not there. No.
This doesn't even look like it's Pep Guardiola. I
agree.
If you had someone that was blind and you asked them, they probably would have thought it's another probably Kolo Touré, because he's the assistant now.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because when you look at the way City is playing, and this is not even to diminish Tottenham, because I think sometimes
they looked great. Yeah, they looked great for them.
We just talked about the team that's supposed it's their right to win, but Tottenham did a great job when Richarlison, kudos. These guys, Paulinho, they did a great job, and Romero,
Brennan Johnson as well.
Yeah. It looks like Haaland. It's difficult for him to go one-on-one with Romero. I don't know if it's because Romero would take chances and do the hard fouls, and he's kind of scared because he looked like he didn't really approach any one-on-one contact. With Romero.
Well, he doesn't look confident as well because there's not, they're still wanting to dictate the pace with possession, but you can tell that everybody in that squad, when you play high possession like that, you have to be able to predict each other.
Yes.
Because that dictates where you field the ball next. Because you're not advancing. If you're playing advancing football, everybody moves forward. You look for the open channel and you move forward. If you're looking to possess the ball, you still move forward when you can, but you have to learn how to pass more horizontally.
There's a lot of predictive movement.
And so and you can tell that these guys, they're still being told to hold onto the ball. Yeah. But if I don't know exactly what you're going to do when we are just maintaining possession, I can't predict where I need to put the ball. I'm having to hold on to the ball. And once we are dispossessed, they're unbelievably easy to counter on as well. Yeah. So Haaland's sitting there going, I don't know how much I can ride the front line. If I'm going to do, when do I have to track back? If you're dispossessed, I'm not even confident that you can get me the ball because you can't even get him the ball. Why do I think that you can get a 25-yard pass off when you can't get a 6-yard pass off?
The connection.
So it makes sense to me.
There's no connection. It's a long Bluetooth connection, and the longer it's for Bluetooth,
the speaker's a little fuzzy.
Yeah. So there's nothing there. This Haaland without service is no Haaland. You have no potential striker. You are, you're left vulnerable at the top. And another thing is, the team is so new. I wonder if it's time to evaluate what you are trying to make this in terms of tactical play. They have to change. Yeah. Just because they can't play what Pep is used to playing. They don't know.
But in the preseason, they did look a little bit more offensively minded. They looked a little bit more free. Reinders looked like he was, off his leash a little bit more. But so now that you're finding a style that kind of worked for them in preseason. And I understand. The idea is that wins and losses don't matter in preseason, which is true.
Yeah,
it's,
true.
You're trying new things out. You're accepting failures where they might, reside in the whole season. But you were actually getting decent results, allowing these guys to be a bit more free.
Yeah.
A bit more expressive, because you brought these guys in. You did not bring these guys in theory, to play to your system, because none of these guys before they got here played in a system like that.
Yeah.
When you had the David Silvas, the prime Bernardo Silvas, the young Kevin De Bruyne, you had guys that were able to get the ball off their feet easily. But these guys are not those guys. These guys are more offensively minded. They look a little bit more old school in terms of, we're blitzing our faces off to get
and we get
in or around the box, and now we're going to just tee off on you. He's not wanting them to do that, but that's where their skill sets lie.
I mean, and you can see that when you look at the game, where there were a lot of individual spurts of the moment, but there were no team cohesion, and that's probably that's why I say you probably have to think about tactically just a little bit, because it would take a lot a lot of time for them to adjust to such tactics. And Pep Guardiola is going. What, he got 1 year left, so he's probably leaving. I wonder if that's also why they.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the signings that he made, it's not that they're bad signings.
No, that's true.
So we had this conversation last week, I think, where you were like, does he just not care anymore? It's like, I think that he doesn't care about a new system
for him.
He obviously. I mean, if somebody inherits this squad, this is a great squad.
Yes.
So like, you're not going to be sitting there going, I don't have the tools.
Yes, that's true.
So I think that these guys, if they implemented a new system with a new manager, and you just had this exact squad as it is, and you rewire them a little bit more, I think they're a very effective side. I just think that he's a bit kind of like a Mourinho, where
that's the problem.
It left like the sharpness of his tactics is just past their prime, and now you don't really know how to adapt anymore.
Yeah. And I think that might be the case with him. Yeah, in the
and it doesn't affect his legacy at all. But it's putting that marker in where it's like, you are Mourinho past his prime, like this last season.
Yeah, I feel like he's not even thinking of high stake competition, just probably riding the wave until he gets out.
Yeah,
because the next manager will come in with a new tactic system and everything. That's probably what the club is thinking too.
Yeah.